Hello guys, welcome back to Technical Alphas. Today I'm introducing a course, a new one. We are going to be looking at what we call static website development. This is a brand new course and we are going to be going through practicals throughout. So today, as our introductory video, I'm going to be taking you through the basics of what we call a static website. We're going to look at the different languages we're going to be seeing in static website development. And then later on, we shall also look at dynamic website, a different course besides this one. So before we go ahead, please subscribe to the channel Technical Alpha so that you don't miss out on this course and other courses I've done before. So we are going to be looking at a language called HTML and CSS, the ones we use in static website development. So as we continue, by the end of this course, Elana will be able to do various things. For example, you see, Elana will be able to understand the basic structure of an HTML document, use HTML tags to create headings, paragraphs, images, and links, style web pages with CSS to control layout, colors, and fonts, create a well-structured static website page with multimedia and links, build a complete static website from scratch. What do you mean by from scratch? From the absolute beginning, without using AI, you will be in position to do the fundamental basics. Okay, AI is a very good tool in development, but it's very good when you know something yourself. So we are going to be looking at static website development. This is going to be a very beneficial course, so please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Going further ahead, what is a static website? Very good question. Before you look at a static website, what is a website? A website, in simple terms, it's a collection of web pages. We shall look at all this when we start the practicals in our next class. This is just the introductory part. So a website with a fixed content that does not change unless manually updated is what we call a static website. I will give you an example. Look at an institute or a university, or what else can I use, or a hospital. When you go to their websites, for example, you write like miu.se.ug, spu.se.ug, you go there, you visit their website. You'll find that different people are visiting the same website and they're seeing the same content. That's what we call a static website. For a dynamic website, different people are visiting the same site but seeing different things, like Facebook, like TikTok, and so on. Those are dynamic websites. So examples of these websites, we have personal portfolios, basic informational sites, contrasts with dynamic, which contrasts with dynamic websites. At the end of this video, we are going to develop a website, and I'll show you how to host one at the end. So please follow the course as we go on. Next, let's look at introduction to HTML. HTML is the language we're going to be using, and this deals with the structure of the website. Okay, HTML stands for hypertext markup language. So it structures the content on the web. For example, if we look at a human being has what we call a skeleton. Okay, this skeleton gives the body shape. So HTML is going to be giving the shape of the website. Are you together? So basic HTML document structure. Tags, we have the HTML, the head, body, and title. We're going to look at this when you start practicals. Please don't be confused. Just stay with me. Let's go one step at a time. You'll understand what we mean by a tag. Okay? Anything you see with the less than or greater than sign is going to be a tag. For example, HTML is covered with the less than or greater than sign. That's what we mean by a tag in HTML. We're going to look at all this. Please become don't forget to comment what you don't understand so that I get back to you. I'll also be sharing my WhatsApp number for those ones who would need more clarification, or you can be joining my classes. Requirements to start HTML or static website development shall need two things. Shall need what we call a text editor and a web browser. So a text editor is where we're going to be writing our code. Okay, examples, we have what we call Notepad, we have a VS Code or the Visual Studio Code, we also have Sublime Text, and very many more. Okay, every machine that has Windows installed, whether Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, or Windows 11 has what we call Notepad software. Okay, Notepad is going to give you a white background. So for beginners, I would recommend you use it for at least 1 or 2 or 3 lectures. But for this course, I'll be using Sublime Text because it's a bit faster. You can download it and then you can use it. It's lightweight. Most users use VS Code, which is also okay. No matter the text editor you're using, it will still produce the same type of work. So why do people choose different text editors? It depends on different shortcuts they use, or the look. It depends on the individual, the developer themselves, but you can use any type you want or any text editor you want. It will work out for you very well. There are more than this. We have what we call the Atom, we have Adobe Dreamweaver, and very many more, even Notepad++. But for Notepad, it comes already installed. The rest you can download and install. When we look at a web browser like Chrome, Safari, Mozilla Firefox, Waterfox, and Microsoft Edge and more, these ones will help us understand or interpret the code written in the text editor. And this web browser is going to be running the code and showing you what actually is being done, and then you can shape your code in the text editor as you see the results from the web browser. We shall see this in our next lecture. Please don't be afraid. So common HTML tags we shall be looking at, we have the headings, for example the H1 to H6. H1 is the biggest heading and then H6 is the smallest. So the more, if you continue H2, the size keeps on reducing until you reach H6. We shall look at this. Paragraphs, they are denoted with that tag. Images, use the IMG tag. Links, we have the A tag, which means the anchor tag. We shall also be looking at lists in HTML. So please be with me. Don't lose hope. All those students doing web development, this is going to be a very good course. You don't need to have learned anything else. You just need to have a machine and then you get started. Let's continue. Then we shall also look at what we call CSS. Introduction to CSS will be helping us to understand how to beautify our website. As we said earlier on, HTML creates the structure of a website. CSS, on the other hand, beautifies the website. So CSS cannot create content, but rather beautifies the content that was created by HTML. Let us look at it in this perspective. A human being has a skeleton, but for you to know whether this one is black or white, no matter the skin color, you will need the flesh. So CSS brings on the flesh of the website, and then it's attractive, it's responsive, and so on. So that will be the power of CSS. We shall look at CSS in this course and then see how we can create a very good website with CSS. I also add in an extra framework called Bootstrap, which will help you make your website responsive on different screen sizes. For example, you can have a small laptop, a desktop, a phone, a mobile phone. You'd wish your website to still be responsive on all these screens. Bootstrap helps us on that. So we shall look at Bootstrap when time comes there. Those ones who already know something about this, I already have a course on Bootstrap. You can check through my playlist and then look at Bootstrap also. But those ones who are still with me, you're a beginner, stay tuned. We are going to be together through everything we are going to go through, and then you'll be learning everything. So CSS controls the presentation and layout of the web pages, and it stands for what we call cascading style sheets. Okay, we shall be looking at CSS selectors, properties, and values when we start CSS. So the basic CSS examples we shall be using it to change color of text, font sizes, font styles, and so on, styling backgrounds and borders, setting margins and padding. You'll understand the meaning of padding. Margins, I believe that one you know, because every book at least has a margin. So we shall also look at margins and padding, the differences. So examples of CSS, for example, have like H1 or heading 1 want its color to be blue, its font size to be 24 pixels. So H1 is the selector, color is the property, and then blue is the value. We shall look at all that. Stay tuned. Now, make a simple summary of whatever we've been looking at. HTML structures content, CSS styles and lays out the page, and lastly, together they create what we call a static website. So by the end of this, we shall be creating what we call a static website. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching the video. Please don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment down below and then I'll be getting back to you. Thank you very much.